Well, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hochanda. I'm going to say we've got a fabulous hour ahead again this hour. Another brand new supplier and, of course, a brand new guest as well. I'm going to introduce her straight away. It's the wonderful Annie Morris. Hello, Annie. How are you feeling? There she is.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this hour. Annie has brought us the most beautiful kits, absolutely gorgeous. But before we're going any further, of course, because it's family favourites, we have got a giveaway for you as well. So let's have a little look. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Now you're getting 6 thank you cards here and a little pouch there as well. What a lovely gift. You won't have seen this before because, of course, Annie is a brand new guest here at Hochanda. Anybody purchasing throughout the hour will be put into a prize draw and we will announce that winner before the end of the hour. Now you must check those baskets out before 10 minutes to the hour, so before 10 to 3, and then we will announce the winner before the end of the show. Now before I go any further and show you these wonderful products because they are amazing, I'm just going to ask Annie a little bit about herself and also about the company. Annie, do tell us how this all began.
I've always worked with textiles and in interiors, and when I had my children I stopped working for other people and concentrated on looking after them. And I think when my little one started nursery, I just really wanted to start making things again.
Oh.
So I started making things for the children and for their rooms, and then when they got a little bit older, I started hosting workshops and teaching other people how to do things. And then the kits came about after that, really.
Wonderful. Oh, and they are gorgeous. And we were having a little chat before the hour, myself and Annie, and I said, you know, I'm so impressed with the kits, you know, the quality, the print that you see for the instructions, that beautiful paper it's printed on. But look at the box as well. These are an amazing gift. If you're not buying for yourself but you want to gift them, then you can do. They're absolutely beautiful. A really sturdy box there, and everything that you need is going to arrive in that box. Let's have a little look at the first item actually, because now this is going to go for the first 3 things that we're going to see. It's one item number that you've got 3 different options here. This is looping for you. Now what I love as well, just before I say anything, before I forget, on the back of the box, it not only does it tell you what's in the box, but I love this because it says there really are no rules. So if you want to embellish further or do something to the kit yourself, add your own little twist to it, you certainly can do as well. But these are just stunning. Let's have a look because you are going to get a really good quality hoop included in there as well. This is a 6-inch hoop. Of course, you've got your printed linen cotton or cotton linen. And it is printed in colour as well. It's beautiful. Now you get your backing in there as well. You get your needles, you get your threads, and the most beautiful colours as well. They're just the colours I'm going to be decorating my bedroom in soon. I love it. And you get the stitch guide as well and the full instructions. Let me just show you the stitch guide. Now there's 7 individual stitches here. This paper that this printed on is absolutely gorgeous. Do you know, everything is just superb. It really, really is. Love it. And what a great price as well, just £31.99. Remember, everything is there in that box, ready to get going. Full instructions there, the stitch guide, the whole lot. Do you know, look at this. It's not just the looping, look. Isn't that fabulous? You've got that little extra beautiful seam there. That is gorgeous. What do you call that one, Annie?
Just a practice piece. If you're a bit nervous and you don't want to go straight into the actual linen, then you can try some of the stitches onto there first.
I love that. I wouldn't call that a practice piece. I'd want to make perfection out of that. I really would. What a great kit. Item number 010983. That's the first option, remember. We have got 2 more to choose from. So let's have a look at the second one. This is the foxglove. Remember, you can use your kit exactly as you're seeing it here. You can see the finished sample, or you can add your twist as well. There really are no rules, but you're getting everything you need again. Your little practice piece again is included. Let's have a look at this one. You see, it's a different scene. Aren't they fabulous? I really like these. I think the idea of those is beautiful, but look at the foxglove. The detail in there. The fact that you've got the print in colour there as well. You can see, of course, with your coloured threads, what you're going to use, the full instructions, once again, beautifully printed for you. You've got your backing fabric there, you've got your needles included. Don't forget the 6-inch hoop. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Right, third option coming up, because we've got one more to show you. Oh, look at this. This is Bird's Song. I don't know how you're going to pick your favourite. You can go for more than one, actually. The colours in here, absolutely gorgeous. They really are. Lots of sort of mauves and purples and those greens in there. You can see the little bird there as well. So beautiful. Same again, you've got the practice piece in there as well as all the materials that you need to create that wonderful finished piece as well. And then of course you're going to be able to display in that hoop. Annie, can I just ask you, if you've not done embroidery before, could somebody go with this? Is it something they could pick up quite easily?
Yeah, I've designed them so that you can pick it up and put it down as you wish, really. They're very, very simple. So you could cover the whole thing in just one stitch, or you can just play around with lots of different stitches. The whole point is that they're just fun, really. Just want you to enjoy them.
They are gorgeous, and I've just taken the lid off the box just to show you. I mean, there's nothing in here now because we put it out on the counter, but beautifully wrapped in tissue as well. I just think how these are presented, whether you're receiving this and you're going to keep it for yourself or whether you are going to gift it, I can't think of a nicer way of displaying or presenting that. It's absolutely beautiful. £31.99, of course, is the price. You've got those three options there, complete kits, that's what they are, including that practice piece as well. So we've seen all the three options there, 010983. We do have more for you though, because we have got some linen panels for you as well. So maybe you've already been embroidering, maybe you've got a hoop, maybe you've got your needles, maybe you've got some leftover threads, then maybe you want to go for the panels. Now these are beautiful as well. Just look at the colours. But again, you know what? You can go with what you want here. If you want to embellish further or change things around, do some extra stitching, maybe some beads in there as well, you could do. You're getting all three of these. What a great price. This is botanical. We have got different options for you again. Isn't that beautiful? The colours in there are just stunning. They really are. £19.99 is the price. Let me just open one fully up so you can see. They are in size 25 centimetres square. So these will go into a 6-inch hoop. So remember, if I just borrow one of the hoops from one of the other kits, you can see how perfectly they're going to fit. So if you have already got that equipment and you just want to go for the panels, this may be the option for you. Beautiful. All three of those for that price. Amazing. Right, the next option is the coastal. Now this, following on from Jenny's coastal theme as well, these would be beautiful. Now we have got some finished samples to show you here as well. So you're going to get 3 different panels again in this one kit. So again, it is a choice. Look at the detail in there. Do you know, I loved, Annie, I've got to say, I love the flowers in the foreground there. So you've got those large flowers, then you can see the sailing boats behind. It's so effective.
Thank you.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Now we are busy on these. £19.99. Remember, one item number, 2 different choices here. Item number is 288900. Maybe you live by the coast. Maybe this is somewhere, you know, maybe you're in Cornwall or somewhere like that and you think, oh, that looks like where I live. Maybe you just like the coastal theme and you want to hang that on your wall. Maybe you are gifting. It's entirely up to you which one or which ones you go for, of course. Now, very busy for the panels straight away. Remember, everybody that is into that prize draw, you must just have to check those baskets out before 10 to the hour, of course. Right, we're going to show you that prize draw. There you are. Again, you can see that's going to come beautifully packaged as well. Stunning. So you've got thank you cards then, that little pouch, a lovely prize here from Annie herself. Beautiful. Now, I can tell you we are very busy on those panels. We will get to Annie in a little while for the first part of the demonstration, but just be having a shop ahead. Of course, everything is there on the website, but I'm hoping that Annie is ready to go. I'm sure she's sat smiling. She looks very happy. Are you ready for first demonstration, Annie?
Yes.
Wonderful. Lovely.
Okay.
We'll leave it with you.
Okay, so there are also instructions in the kits if you are a complete beginner. So they are designed for people that have also got experience. So you can choose your own stitches. You can also, like you said, you can add beads and other threads to these kits. But I just wanted to show you, there is a guide also in the kit for how to put your fabric in the hoop properly. So you just unscrew the hoop a little bit and lay down the inner ring flat on the table. Then you put your linen panel over the top of that and literally just put that on there and screw it up a little bit tighter. And then you want to just go around the ring, pulling the fabric to make sure that your warp and your weft of the fabric is straight, not wiggly. And then it should sound a bit like a tambourine when you tap it. It should be nice and taut. So then that's ready to stitch. So the beauty of these are they are washable as well. So if you didn't want to keep it in a hoop, you could make it into a patchwork cushion or a little tote bag or something. So, you know, if you don't want to have it in a hoop, but I think they're lovely either on the shelf or on the wall.
That was going to be my question, actually. Could you use it as a little panel on a cushion? Because it would look so pretty, it really would.
Yes, and I've actually had customers buy them and just keep them as pictures because they haven't wanted to stitch them. They've liked some of the coastal images. So anyway, I shall show you how some of the stitching, just by adding a bit of extra colour and texture, surface detail, really brings the images to life as well. So on this one, I'm going to do a stem stitch at this middle stem here.
Okay, lovely.
So I know lots of people don't like putting knots on the end of their threads, and they do top stitches and away stitches and all sorts of things. You can do anything you like. This is the whole point of my kits, is that there's no hard and fast rules. I like to have a play and just to experiment, and you know, you can just do what you want because it's all about having fun.
Crafters do want to be creative. They do want to put their own twist to things, but also there are people that do just want to work from the pattern as well.
Yes.
If they're a little bit nervous about it, maybe if it's the first time they've stitched. I think the fact that you've got such beautiful printing on that cotton linen there, it's stunning. It really, really is. But you can see where there's scope to adapt that if you want to. Can I just ask you, Annie, as well about the colours you've chosen? Because there is a bit of a theme running through here with the colours. They're absolutely beautiful. They're certainly to my taste. Do you go for your favourite colours? Do you have a theme and then change it? How do you decide on your kits?
I really like muted colour palette, and I do often go through my threads here. So I have a little, I'll put some together and decide what I want to use. But I think I'm probably influenced by Egyptian colours and faded, just beautiful faded colour palettes. I do like bright colours as well, but I think they are more suitable for interiors as well.
Yes, yeah, beautiful. They are gorgeous. Right, okay. So we've got everything ready in our hoop, ready to go.
Okay,
We've got your thread ready.
Yeah, I've put a little knot on the end of my thread, and then I'll just come up from behind. So I'm just going to stitch along this panel, this line here. And the other thing about these is you can cover the entire image with your stitching if you want to, or you can let some of the print show through. I think half of the frustrating thing is to have to transfer an image onto the cloth if you're embroidering.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it's all there for you is part of the joy of it, really.
Definitely.
Okay, so when I'm stitching, I'm literally working on the top on this stitch. I'm not going from top to bottom, so I'm literally working on the top. And I'll go halfway through the stitch I've just made. So I'll go down again and back halfway through that last stitch.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping the thread out of the way, and then it forms a little twist as you're going up. And I think if you keep your stitches, if you think of about a grain of rice, that's the kind of size you want your stitch to be.
Lovely.
And you can play around with that. The longer you make your stitches, and the shorter you make, depending on whether you're going to go around a curve or if you use, I tend to use just 3 strands out of the 6 strands of a thread.
Okay.
because I think that gives you a nice detail. If you use more than 3, it's difficult to thread the needle. And also your stitches tend to look a little bit clunky. And if you use less than 3, it's much more fine detail. So as you can see here, you've got a sort of a twist forming, and this is called the stem stitch, which is
really
perfect for a stem.
And quite quick to put together as well as you're working your way up that stem there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're used to doing this, but for somebody as a beginner, because you're repeating that same stitch, you can cover quite a length in a short space of time, really.
Yeah, yeah.
I love a craft like this, Annie, because it's so peaceful. You can kind of get lost in it. It's also sociable because you can chat to people as you're sewing. You can watch television.
Yeah.
You can take it on the move. You could sit, if you're a passenger in a car, you can take it to work, doing your lunch break. You can sit in the garden. It's just one of those projects that you can pick up and put down.
Absolutely. They're very portable.
Yeah.
I'm often stitching on the beach, or even in the doctor's or dentist's surgery, waiting in the waiting room, because you can just pop it in your bag. You've got your little hoop, and as long as you've got some threads and your scissors, there's not much to take with you. So yeah, and it's a nice thing to do with friends. You can chat while you're doing it, or you could just quietly do it on your own and just daydream. I quite like doing that, and I put music on, and yes, it's quite a mindful craft.
Oh, I love your story as well, when you said, you know, when you'd got your children, they were small, and that's when you really sort of picked up with what you're doing, making things for the children's rooms. And I think it's probably a story we hear quite a lot. I know that's the way it worked for me. That's when I really got into my crafting, when my children were small and I couldn't leave the house because I was looking after them. And then when they went to school, it kind of turned into a business. It's a really lovely story. So you never know where your craft is going to take you, do you?
Exactly, exactly. And it's something to start off with that you can work around them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit more difficult nowadays, though.
Well, it certainly is at the moment. In fact, we were chatting earlier on, and I know you run workshops. There's information in the boxes, I believe, on your workshops. There's help out there as well. Obviously, workshops at the moment haven't been happening because of the current situation.
Yeah.
But has that been a big part of your life?
I've been doing workshops, I think, for the last 4 years, and they're great fun to do. And it's so nice to see people just thrilled with what they've achieved at the end of the day. I've had people that, because I teach free machine embroidery as well on the workshops, as well as hand embroidery.
Oh, wonderful.
And I've had people that can't use a machine at all, and they've gone home having made something.
Oh, wow.
So yes, it's a lovely, lovely thing to do, and it's nice for me as well to meet other people and share that enthusiasm for making things.
Fabulous. Well, we've just seen the stem stitch there from Annie. We will be back with Annie in a second. We're just going to have a bit of a recap because we've been extremely busy, especially for the panels. Now, I can tell you there's 2 different options here under one item number, but when it comes to the botanicals, over half of the stock has gone. $19.99 is the price, regardless of the option you're going for, and you're getting 3 individual panels. Let me just show you these again. I'll pick 2 up to start with, so you can see that, and then I'll pick the 3rd. These are just gorgeous. That beautiful printing underneath. So if you've got your own hoop, these are made to fit a 6-inch hoop. Then of course you can use your threads, you can use beads if you want, you can bring some fabric in there, you can do your free motion stitching if you want to on here as well. So you've got all those different options. Absolutely stunning designs. Just a reminder as well about the second option that we've got, which is the coastal. And also, we're just going to remind you about the giveaway as well, just to make sure. I've just got to remind you, everybody, because we're very busy, do check those baskets out if you want to be in the prize draw. That's what you're going to win. There we are. Wonderful. Now, coastal as well. Half the stock has gone of this one, so it's fairly even actually. Absolutely beautiful. There's 2 of the designs. They're all completely different as well. Really lovely. I do love this with the flowers there in the foreground. What a lovely scene. Beautiful. And the fact that you've got the colour under there does mean that, of course, if you do have any little areas that do show, then of course it doesn't matter, it just adds to the finished look. There's the one that I've just been showing you there. In fact, I might as well, while I'm here, let me pick them all up. We have got all 3 samples for you. They are beautiful. Absolutely stunning. If you didn't want to keep them in your ring, in your hoop, you could put them into little panels. I'm thinking as well, the fronts of notebooks and things like that, you could make little covers out of them as well. So many ways you could work with your artwork once you've created it, of course. 288900 is the item number if you're going for the panels. Right, now I'm going to give you a reminder of the kits as well, because we've got 3 different options when it comes to the kits, and I'm going to keep saying it because I'm absolutely blown away with how these are presented. Now, we've lost already about a quarter of the stock of the looping. That's the one I've got right here with me. So the looping is what we're looking at first of all. Absolutely beautiful. Regardless of which one you go for, you're going to be very, very happy, I'm sure. Just a reminder of what you're getting in that kit. Everything packaged in that beautiful box. You get the hoop. Of course, you're going to get your printed cotton linen there. You do get that practice piece as well, which I've got to say, I absolutely adore these. So you're very happy with your practice piece. I would be framing that. I'd certainly be using it in some way. I wouldn't just keep it and sort of put it in a drawer. You're going to get your needles, you're going to get your backing fabric as well. There's your threads, the most beautiful colours. Everything's presented so, so well. It really is. Let me just show you. I'm just going to lay that box down because I know I'll knock it down if I don't. Again, the instructions and the stitch guide. There is a guide for 7 different stitches. Beautiful in colour there on the front, but then as you go through the instructions, very clear print for you and the most beautiful paper. So not all in colour, but that doesn't matter because you've got everything that you need there. But I love the fact that that finished design is there in its full glory for you. So various sheets there within the instructions, and you get other little bits and pieces of information in the box as well. So there's the looping, that's the first option. The second option is foxglove. Now almost half of the stock has gone of this one as well. So you're getting the same ingredients, so to speak, in this box, but the design is different. Look at the colours of those threads, aren't they just beautiful? They really are. And you can see the finished sample at the side of me here. Do you know, I'm already thinking, my head's going, I'm thinking, I need to go and order. I need to go and order. £31.99 is the price of these kits. Everything in a box. That's what I love. And you can put your own twist to it. Now, which one would you go for if you could only choose one? Well, if it was me, I don't know, I'd be happy with any if I had to do a lucky dip. But if I really, really had to choose, I think this would be my favourite, the Bird Song. I don't know what it is, whether it's the design of it or the colours, but a third of the stock has gone. Those beautiful mauves and purples in there. There's some gorgeous greens in there as well, and that very sort of soft golden yellow. Beautiful. Same ingredients again. Do you know what I love about these kits as well? You get a different image for the practice piece, not just the main image, but look, you're getting a different image. So if you are going for more than one and it's for you, you're going to get those different images in there when it comes to those practice pieces as well. But I'm going to say it once again, these make the most incredible gift. They really, really do. If you know someone that is looking for a new craft or that does embroider and you think these are going to suit them, what a way to present them. £31.99 010983. Now, just before we go back to Annie, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about one or two of our 7-day savers. We launched new ones yesterday, of course. Now we've got lots of different colour options when it comes to the King Cole Meadow double knitting. You're getting 800-gram balls. It's 100% premium acrylic. All the colours will be on the website, so please do have a look on there because there's so many to choose from. Great saving of £9, just £24.49. Now perhaps you are going to turn your embroidery into another project. Perhaps you need a zip or 2 or 50, because that's what you get in here. You're saving £38, and for just £11.99 you can get this full collection here. Lots of different assortments of colours there. 661201. And finally we've got one more to tell you about at the moment. Oh, Tula Pink. That's the name I know very well now. You've got quilting book bundle here. Oh, these are nice, aren't they? £20 saving, just £28.98. Item number 159466. Lovely. Some great 7-day savers there. We've got some great products on this show. We've got some great demonstrations. We're going to go back with Annie again for the next part of that wonderful demonstration that was started, I believe. Or is it something different now, Annie? What are we doing?
I'm just looking at the loop-in kit now.
Fabulous.
So just to show you, I did a few, so very quickly, I did finish the stem stitch up here, and then I started to do a few little single chains to make the leaves down there.
Do you know, that is so effective, and all the instructions, that stitch guide is included in the kits, of course.
So if you want to stitch them exactly how I've done, then there is a stitch guide in there with, like you say, is the full colour image, and all the stitches shown on there, so you can do it exactly how I've done it if you choose to. But I also do encourage you to do them however you want to.
Oh, so I do love that, because sometimes I said it earlier, sometimes we just want to work straight from the instructions, perhaps if it's new to us and we want to follow that guide. But quite often we do want to add our own little bits and pieces in there. I'm just thinking, Julie, I was going to call you then, Annie, perhaps if you've got, we talked about sometimes adding little beads and things in, perhaps you've got some jewellery that belonged to a family member, nothing that's of, you know, great value, maybe some costume jewellery, some seed beads or something.
Lovely.
What a way of working with those and stitching them into your embroidery as a keepsake.
Really lovely idea,
lovely, wouldn't it?
really lovely. One of my customers had, they often send me pictures of what they've done, which is really nice to see as well. And one lady had stitched a load of very sparkly beads into the sea of one of the coastal designs, and it was really gorgeous. And obviously you can add metallic threads as well if you do like a bit more sparkle.
Definitely. Oh, lovely. So we are looking at the moment, we're looking at one of those wonderful kits. It's the looping, did you say?
The looping, yes.
Fabulous.
So when I designed this image, it just so happened to be lupin was the flower of the year announced at the Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh.
So I don't know whether that helped, but it's certainly been one of the most popular designs. So here I'm going to just show you how you can, again, I've done a little knot on the end of the thread, and I've just used 3 strands. So I'm just going to do some straight stitches to form this flower at the top. And again, I've done a stem stitch down here to form these stems. So they are just very, very simple stitches. And in the guide, I have just given you a guide to the 7 stitches because they seem to be my go-to stitches. I don't think, I mean, there are hundreds and thousands of different stitches you can learn. I still learn new ones all the time, and it's a lovely thing to learn more stitches, but I think you do have a little repertoire of ones that you like to do.
And as well, Annie, if you're new to this, if it's a craft that maybe you've just picked up or you're just wanting to have a go at, it's not too daunting.
Exactly.
When you say 7. And we've already said a number of times that you can put your own twist on things, you could add your own extra stitches in, so if you're a little bit more experienced, then you're not going to be worried about that. So I think 7 is a great number, you know, as a starting point. And
also with the size, it's not too big. With it being a 6-inch hoop, it's quite a nice size to work with. It's, like you say, it's not too daunting with it. If it's a massive project, some people can get a bit, give up on it halfway or end up with hundreds of projects in their drawers, don't they?
Oh, don't look at me, everybody. That's not because I'm daunted by anything. I just get so excited. I start one thing, I think, oh, I know what I could do, and then I start something else. I'm terrible. But I love everything. And, do you know, I've done a little bit of embroidery in my time, but I haven't done any for a long time. You are seriously making me want to pick it back up again. It's just a very relaxing thing to do, and it isn't difficult. I mean, I think if you do like crafting and stitching and you're interested in textiles, I think this is definitely a winner. Definitely. So I've just done some simple straight stitches here, and I quite like to overlap some stitches, and it adds more texture and dimension. Yeah. So, you know, I just like to be quite free with my stitches, and it's quite instinctive of where you want to stitch next, or, you know, there's no hard and fast rule. You don't have to stitch this bit first and then over here. You can just go with however you feel, and if you're bored of doing this colour, then you can move on to another colour. Stunning. Do you know, it's so strange because I did look at the counter a little bit earlier on and I was blown away straight away. I thought these are really special. They're absolutely beautiful. But I have just been choosing colours for my bedroom that I'm going to decorate, and these would all go so well in my bedroom. That's making me want to buy them even more. You put the colours together, they work so beautifully. You've got a really good eye for the colours.
Thank you. Colour and texture's definitely my thing.
I think you've got it spot on, I really do.
Thank you.
Do you have a nice garden as well, Annie? Do you have lots of flowers in a garden?
I do love flowers and gardening, but I'm not brilliant at it, I have to admit. But I do go to a lot of National Trust places and just take lots of photos and sketch. So yeah, I'm lucky to live in Devon and have lots of beautiful tropical plants around.
Oh, stunning. Gorgeous. You see, that was just leading me. I was wondering where you get your inspiration from, and I thought I can just picture you sat in your garden in amongst the lupins and the foxgloves and all those beautiful flowers, just stitching away. It must be lovely to live where you do and have so much inspiration around you.
Yeah, I do feel very, very lucky.
Fabulous.
So I'm just going to do some French knots at the top of this flower.
Okay.
So again, I haven't finished off the thread. I've just carried on from where I've been doing the straight stitches for these little petals. And then I'm going to do a French knot. I do love French knots, I have to say. There are French knots in a lot of the projects. But this is the thing, if you don't like French knots, you don't have to do a French knot. You could do any other stitch that you choose. So I'm going to wrap the thread around the needle twice.
Okay.
And then go back through just next to where I came up. And I'm holding this thread out of the way as I pull the thread down, and it gives you a beautiful little French knot. Some people get really scared of doing French knots, and I don't really understand why, because it is quite an easy stitch. I think you can get yourself in a muddle, but I think if you keep this out of the way and you keep the tension right, and then you go back down, not into the same hole that you came up on, otherwise you'll just pull the whole thing through.
Okay, yeah.
And then you pull this back down and it should give you a perfect little knot. And I'll probably fill that area with French knots.
Wonderful. Gorgeous. Well, we are having a very busy show, I've got to tell you, Annie. It's, in fact, I've got a few updates, I think, in a little while to give as well. Remember, everybody who's purchasing, check those baskets out to be entered into the prize draw. Now, when it comes to the kits, you've got 3 different options here. Now, I can tell you, when it comes to the looping, the first option here, almost half of the stock has gone. That is a beautiful sample, isn't it? That finished sample there, just stunning. And remember, you can add to that if you wanted to. You can do different stitches, you can do French knots, you can add your beads in there, you can do entirely what you want. But everything that you need to get going is in that box. It's ready to go. You'll be just ripping into that and just getting on with it. I know you will. Right, the second option is the foxglove. Half of the stock has gone of the foxglove. Those beautiful sort of pinks in there, that coral colour is just gorgeous. And again, those stunning greens. Everything works so beautifully together. The same price, the same ingredients, so to speak, in the boxes there. Everything ready to go. So you've got your printed fabric there, your cotton linen, which is just stunning. You've got the threads. Beautiful quality on those. You've got, of course, the hoop in there. You've got your needles. You've got the full instructions. The same on every kit that we're offering here on these 3 options. Now, the busiest one, this is the one that I'd go for if I was really, really pushed, but honestly, I'd be happy with any of them. Birdsong. 3/4 of the stock has gone. This is just so pretty, isn't it? That lovely little bird. It's kind of a whimsical bird without being a cartoony bird. It's so sweet. It really, really is. And again, there's options to add that further detail if you want to. The beautiful detail on the flowers, again, I could imagine little seed beads sewn into the centres there. That would look stunning if you wanted to do that. And there's still that area in the background that's left, which just gives you the most beautiful backdrop. $31.99 for any of those. You can go for more than one option if you like, 010983. Now, when it comes to the panels, you've got 2 different options, but you're getting 3 panels in each option. Botanical, we've now lost 80% of the stock. These are made to fit into 6-inch hoops. If I just open one fully up again so you can see. Beautifully printed again. Love the fact that you've got that colour in the background there. It's almost as though it's been distressing. so to speak, if you're a paper craft drawer, you know what I'm talking about there with your mixed media. Isn't that gorgeous? All three of those, one item number, that's the first option. There we are, they're beautiful, very busy on those. Second option is the coastal, very busy on these as well. 2/3 of the stock gone on the coastal. I do have the finished samples to show you for these. Do you know those three beautiful scenes there? Do you know, if you live, maybe somewhere like Annie lives, or you know, somewhere where you have got the sailing boats or the little coastal town there by the sea, how beautiful to have these on your wall, or turned into cushions, or individual projects. If you don't live by the sea, but you wish you did, then these are for you as well, aren't they? They are stunning, they really are. I'm going to show you all three of these again. I just love the texture. I can feel it, obviously. I can feel the texture there, but we really can see the texture as well. Beautiful stitching.
So that one's got quite a few French knots on it.
Oh, it is lovely. These are absolutely incredible. They really are. Great price on the panels as well. Look at this, just $19.99 for all three. You're getting all three of them, regardless of the option that you're going for. 288900 is the item number. Annie, if you're ready, we can hang back to you for some more demonstration. Are you okay?
I'm okay, yep.
Wonderful.
So I've almost finished this flower. As you can see, it builds up quite quickly with the French knots. Can you see there? And it is quite tactile. So the other thing I was going to show you was how to finish off your hoop, because in the kits I have given you a piece of felt for the back of them, and they don't look so tidy if you just leave them like this. So if you want to hang them on the wall, it's probably better to finish it off.
Lovely.
Something like this, and then it'll hang flat on the wall.
Wonderful.
So when you've finished your stitching, you just do a running stitch around the back here, and I shall set that up. Okay. You can use any thread really, it doesn't matter. And then cut off the excess. I just realised why I couldn't really see what I was doing before. I'd forgotten to put my glasses on.
I did notice you'd put glasses on.
I forget.
I'm pretty much the same because I don't always wear glasses. But sometimes, you know, you mean to put them on and you forget, and suddenly you think, well, why can't I see? Just while you're back with me, we're just letting Annie just sort out her microphone a second. I can tell you that when it comes to the panels, the botanicals is now limited stock. If you want these, you need to be quick for more than one reason, because they are limited. Oh, in fact, they've just technically sold out. We've still got a way to go in this show as well. We've still got some of the coastal, but the botanical has now gone. I don't think we can get any more either. When it's gone, it's gone. This is the first hour, remember, for Annie. What a busy hour we're having as well. Check those baskets out just to make sure you're in for that draw as well, because you may win the prize. Yes, so coastal's still available when it comes to the panels, so don't miss out. 288900. Great price at $19.99 for all three of those panels. Now, I'm hoping we're going to go back to Annie in a little while. I think she's ready. Are you all right? She's fine. She's fine. We can go back over to demonstration.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay, so I put a little knot in the end of the thread, and I'm just doing a running stitch about 1 centimetre in from the hoop around the linen, and that should gather it up nicely, and then you can cut off these corners.
Ah, yes.
And then you can put your felt on the back. So it will take me a little while just to run round.
Can I ask, Annie, then, you know when you cut the corners off,
yeah.
Obviously there's not an enormous amount of waste, but you could make use of those, couldn't you? Just do little bits of embroidery, maybe little... Perhaps if you'd got a pendant or a brooch or something, would they be big enough?
Yes, you could.
Perfect.
You could.
Just thinking, why waste anything?
I don't like to waste any fabric.
Just as you're doing that as well, Annie, I can let everybody know that when it comes to the full kits, Birdsong has just gone limited stock as well, so please be quick on that one if you want it. Going to keep you updated. We're having a very busy hour. Yes, limited stock. If you really, really want that particular design, I would be as quick as you can on it. Actually, Annie, it's nice to see you showing us the back there, because sometimes we kind of start these projects, we're so keen to get on with things and we don't think about what we need to do right at the end. So it's nice that you are going through, finishing off and putting the back on.
There are different ways you can finish them. I mean, like I say, it depends what you want to do with your actual with the piece. If you want to turn it into a patchwork cushion or something like that, then obviously you wouldn't need to do this. So I've literally just done a very quick running stitch, about 1 centimetre in, and then you've got all this excess. So when you pull the thread, so you pull the excess, it pulls it all in nicely.
Lovely,
and then you can literally just cut this off. But be careful, you don't want to cut anything else.
No, you've just put all that hard work in. But the fact that it is in a hoop, you've got that little bit of space, so just take your time and just go gradually. There's no need to rush it, is there? No,
not if you've spent hours creating a lovely piece of art. You don't want to ruin it on the last hurdle. Which is also why you have to be careful putting the felt on. Okay, so yeah, I suppose you could make something out of those bits. You could...
I wouldn't waste them. I think you could make a little brooch or something.
Or you could make little applique petals
that
or something.
Yes,
I mean, it's beautiful linen. It's very nice linen. It's so soft to work with. Right, so then you...
I'm just going to pause a second, Annie, just to let everybody know that Birdsong is technically sold out. That means all stock is allocated in baskets. Just make sure you check those out. If anything was to bounce back, we'd let you know, but that option, as it stands, has now gone. So we have loop-in and we have foxglove still available in those fabulous kits. And don't forget, we've still got coastal when it comes to the panels. Sorry about that, Annie. We're having a busy hour.
You're welcome. Okay, so you've got your excess cut off, which is neater already. I mean, you can leave it like that if you want to. I think when you put your felt on, it just finishes it off really nicely. So I put the piece face down onto the felt and then very carefully just draw around your hoop onto the felt with a pencil, or it could be a fabric eraser, you know, those air erasing pens or something like that.
Yes, you definitely don't want a permanent marker, do you? Because you might catch your hoop.
Yeah, you don't want to get any pen on the hoop. So then you cut around, and it's going to be just as a guide to start off with. What you can do is, once you've cut the entire circle out, you can do a blanket stitch and stitch that onto the back.
Oh yes, of course.
It's quite time consuming and a little bit tricky. It can be done, but you can also very carefully just glue this onto the wooden hoop, as long as you don't get the glue onto your actual linen piece.
And what sort of glue would you use? Would you use a fabric glue or just
You can use a fabric glue. I just use a PVA. It's just to keep it on the back.
Okay, and it does finish off everything beautifully. Do you know what I would do is, well, I would stitch my name and date that I'd completed that into the felt, maybe.
That's a nice idea.
So that you've got, you know, if it's a keepsake. I've got this romantic vision, you see, and I say this so often on here, that in so many years to come, a long way down the line, people are going to be uncovering what we've been making here on Hochanda as samples in the way of kits and things. I've just got this fear that there won't be any attics anymore. We'll be living in some sort of glass bubbles with spaceships flying around. So I don't quite know where all these things are going to end up, but it's a lovely idea to think someone is going to find something that's got your name and date on it. So I think it's well worth putting that on there.
Yeah, I think it's a really lovely idea. I've got quite a few pieces from my grandmother, actually, the little handkerchiefs that she embroidered way before my time, I believe. But yes, they're beautiful things to keep.
Oh, how lovely. Oh, lovely demonstrations. Don't forget, this is the first time ever that Annie's been here at Hochanda, live in the studio today. She's done an incredible job. Let's just give you a reminder of what we've got left, because we have had sellouts. It's been a busy, busy hour. Right, I can tell you when it comes to the looping, half of the stock has gone. This is one of the kits that we've still got available for you. Brand new today, of course, because Julie... why do I keep calling you Julie? I know why it is. I'm going to say why in a minute, but I do know why. I can't... I just having one of those days today. $31.99, designed, of course, by Annie. That beautiful box. Do you know, these are such sturdy boxes. What a way to present a gift if you are going to gift these. But if you're going to keep it for yourself, what a lovely present to yourself. Beautiful, everything in the box ready to go. So your printed cotton linen there, you've got your practice piece that I don't think should be a practice piece because I just love it anyway. You've got all of your threads that you're going to need in those beautiful colours. You've got the needles, you've got the hoop, you've got the backing felt there as well. You've got the full instructions also included. It really is a craft project ready to go as soon as you open that box. The other option that we've got available is the foxglove, and here you've got those beautiful colours again. 60% of the stock has gone. I adore those pinks and the coral colour in there, and with those greens, just beautiful. So the same ingredients, the full instructions again, the stitch guide all included. 010983, that's the item number. That's all we've got left for those. We have sold out of one of the options, so do take advantage with the ones we've got left. Now, when it comes to the panels, we've also sold out of an option, but we do have the coastals. Over 3/4 of the stock has gone, though, on this particular option as well. I'm going to show you the 3 finished samples again here. They are just beautiful. So much texture in here. Just going to pick this one up. Have a really good look at the French knots in here. There's so many of them. It really does add to the detail and the texture in there. Do you know, that's a lovely project to do. You don't have to choose though, because you're getting all 3 of these, remember. There we are, beautiful. $19.99, item number 288900. There we are. Now, if you check out within the next 4 minutes, you will be entered into the prize draw. This is the prize that you're going to win. You've got those wonderful thank you cards in there. You've also got the little pouch as well. Lovely little gift from Annie, of course. You've never seen that before because this is the first time that Annie has been here at Hochanda. Lovely gift, part of the Family Favourites event, of course. I'm having to stop myself saying Julie all the time. I'll tell you why it is, Annie. It's because I heard Jimmy was showing you round, calling you Anne. So I went and checked and I said, is it Anne or is it Annie? And he said, Anne. I said, it's not, because it's Annie. And I said, but I thought I heard you call her Julie. So now I've got Julie in my head as well. So you've been Anne, you've been Julia, and you've been Annie today. But your real name, you told me, is?
Anna Louise.
Anna Louise. So doesn't matter really, does it? Just wonderful, wonderful projects, wonderful items here, quality items as well. I've so enjoyed this hour as well because it does take me back, Annie, because I have, as I say, I try most crafts. I can't think of much that I haven't had a go at or that I do in some way, shape or form. My mum used to do embroidery, so she'd have printed fabrics, never with colour on though. In those days it was kind of the transfers. And I've done a little bit of embroidery, and it's something I've not thought about picking up for a while, but you've really wanted me to go back and think, do you know, yes, I need to start that again. I want to pick this up. Tell me why you think these are such good kit for somebody, not just as a new beginner, because you've already said that you can pick these up and you can get going with them. Also, you've got your intermediates, your more experienced stitchers as well. Why do these kits suit everybody?
Well, you can add your own colour palettes. You can just use the full colour image on the linen as a guide and cover the whole thing with your own colours if you want to. It's all there for you really to just choose. This, like I said before, there's no hard and fast rules. You can, if you don't like French knots, or if you just want to do straight stitching over the whole thing, you can do that. So the choice is yours.
Wonderful. Do you think you've found a lot of new customers during the current crisis as well, because people have been in at home and people are looking for something new. Would you found you've got new people coming in because you've obviously already got a following as well?
I think so. I've been very fortunate actually during this horrible situation. I've obviously not been able to do any of the workshops, and a lot of the places that I do sell my items are closed currently.
Yeah.
But because we've got a website as well, we've managed to keep going, and it has been very busy. So we've been incredibly lucky. I do feel very fortunate. I think, yes, people just have been looking for something to do.
Yeah.
And also I think these are a contemporary twist on florals, and it's something new for people to do.
They are gorgeous. Well, everybody's loving them, I've got to say. In fact, the foxglove has now got limited stock as well. Annie, can I see you've got some demonstration there with the foxglove?
I was just going to show you what it looks like without any stitching on at all.
Right, okay.
It's quite flat, and once you start stitching into it, it really brings it to life, adding that dimension.
Lovely. Lovely. Right, I'm pleased you picked that up then. Limited stock on this one, so check those baskets out again, and of course we're going to announce that winner. But it's lovely to see actually the flat version, so to speak, there, because we have got the finished sample here as well. So you can see the beautiful details. So many gorgeous stitches have been, you know, created there to bring that totally to life. Again, very tactile, there's a lot of textures, some beautiful colours in there. So where would we start with this one then, Annie?
I think it's entirely up to you what colour you'd like to start with.
Okay.
There's really no, it's not really a painting by numbers. It's just for you to go with instinctively what you want to do. So if you wanted to start with the pink, with the brighter pinks, there are a couple of shades of pink in that one. And you can just use your thread as a painter's brush and just stitch into the piece however you want to. So I think I started that piece with the actual foxglove, and I just started to stitch the little bells with long stitches, and you can follow the outline and then gradually fill it in. But like I say, you don't have to cover the whole design with your stitches. I think it's quite nice to see some of the colour of the print coming through your stitches as well.
We've got just under 3 minutes demo time left, Annie, if that's all right.
Okay.
So you're fine for now.
Okay. So I'm literally going to start just building up the shape of the little bell flowers of the foxglove, just with straight stitches. And then like I said, I use this thread on here as if I was painting. So you can just gradually build up wherever you fancy. I mean, if you'd had enough of doing that, you could then go over and work on one of these with the same colour thread.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you, and it is supposed to be quite an instinctive thing for you to just enjoy doing without feeling like there are any real rules.
Well, everybody's enjoying this show. Everybody's enjoying seeing all the different kits and the panels, because I can tell you also the panels, when it comes to it, we've only one option left, but that is now limited stock as well. So the coastal option, limited stock. Let me just grab those samples again, just so I can remind you. You're getting all three of the panels. These are made to fit your 6-inch hoop, so if you've already got your needles, you've already got the hoop at home, then of course the panels means you can add your own colours, you can go with your own stitches, you can do entirely what you want on there. They are absolutely beautiful, they really, really are. 288900, limited stock on those. You need to be quick if you want those. You need to be quick on the foxglove as well, because that is also limited stock. The looping has been very busy as well. Do you know, we're getting quite close to the end of the hour, but we're getting very close to the end of the stock on everything as well, I can tell you. So great for yourself, great as a gift. Everything in a box when you're going for those kits. The full kits, absolutely everything you need to get going, including those practice pieces. And you get a different practice piece in each option as well. I love these. Annie, I can't wait to see what you bring us next time. I really can't, because you will be back, you know.
Oh, I'd love to come back. That'd be lovely.
I bet after this hour, because I know you were, people, I'm sure you won't mind, but you were feeling a little bit nervous, which is, is normal. You know, everybody would expect that when it's the first time, you know, here at Hochanda, live on air. But I've got to say, you've been an incredible demonstrator. You really, really have.
Oh, thank you.
Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it. It's been great fun.
Oh,
Thank you for having me.
So you won't refuse to come back then?
Oh, no.
That's good. We have got a winner for you as well. I'm going to let everybody know who the winner is. It is Gillian Frith. Well done. Well done. The first ever show here from Annie Morris, of course. You have won that giveaway, which I'm so pleased about. I'm so pleased you're here as part of the family favourites, because straight away you've become a favourite. You really have. Oh, Annie. Can we just see again, just finally, you've got there the foxglove. One quick question, because I know we've been counted down very shortly.
Okay.
How long would you cut the thread that you're working with?
I would only do it to about the length of my, up to my elbow.
Lovely.
Any longer than that and you'll start to get a bit tangled.
Great. I always like to ask that question so you don't get tangled up. We haven't got much time left, but I can just tell you foxglove has just sold out. Well done on that. If you've got coastal linen basket, check out on that one as well. Looping, the only one we've got left in a kit. We can still make sales after the hour as well. Thank you so much. Annie, thank you so much. You've been wonderful. Do stay with us much more.